What's up, everybody? Welcome to NoCap Reactions, the realest place on YouTube for unfiltered, raw, straight up honest reactions. You know how we do. No gimmicks, no bluff, and definitely no cap. What we're gonna get in today is Abba and Preach. Y'all love this content, love their vibes, you know what I'm saying? Let's get into it.
Because it's not affordable. And you just kind of believe that to be true because things are expensive in a lot of different ways. But what the data shows is that even people who get money don't have more kids. In fact, the kid, like the fertility aspect, is almost in a U shape. The poorest motherfuckers get the most amount of kids, then it dips down, it dips down, it dips down.
And then Nick Cannon.
And Nick Cannon. And his little weird family tree. I'll give it to you. And I started to question myself because I actually know quite a lot of people now who are like in their mid 30s, around my age. Some of them make 120, 150. You know, they have a partner who also works. So you probably combine that. They make like a good salary, even after taxes. And I asked them, like, what about kids? And that's not even really on their radar like that. They want to travel. They want to buy this. They want to look at a new opportunity from the workplace. And you realize folks, even when they get the money, don't really want to have the kids because I just think we use.
Man, I think people don't want to have kids probably because the way this world is today, like, I get so many people sitting here saying, like, they feel like something big is going to happen next.
It's about to go down.
Like, whether it's war, whether it's religion stuff, you know, or aliens. Or,
so do you guys just not do the anal probe anymore?
Meteor, or, I mean, there's so much stuff going on right now. Like, we just don't know what's going to happen. Nobody wants to have kids in a generation where they don't know what's going to happen next. Like, everybody thinks something huge is about to happen. I mean, I don't know.
So always think that finances was the thing that really drove this. But the reality is a lot of it is mostly culture. This trend of countries getting richer or more GDP and then birth rates dropping is consistent. There's no society so far that has gone extremely far to make childcare affordable or incentivize you in terms of paying you and seeing this trend fixed. So I put a purple line so you can see what replacement level is. And what replacement level fertility is the amount of kids per couple, what a stable population needs to sustain itself. And if you look,
man, it's hard out here.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
Like, there's so many people I know working 60 plus hours, 2 jobs. Like, you gotta have double the income just to have a place nowadays. Like, it is so rough nowadays. Like, everybody is struggling. Everybody.
Hide your kids, hide your wife,
Everybody.
and hide your husband because they raping everybody out here.
the blue line is basically around the year 2020, the red line is 2015, and the green line is 2010. If you pay attention to these, you'll notice that they don't ever get close to the purple line, which is replacement level, until they get to like 500 to 700K income. And that was only back in 2015. In 2020, even when they make more than 700K, they aren't touching 2 kids per couple. Huh? Hey, yo. So couples that have an income of almost $1 million a year are still not having 2 kids or more. And this one I don't really identify with, but I have heard this. It's just pessimism about the future. A lot of people have this like deep dread and anxiety about the world.
Yep.
And as a result of that, they...
What did I just say? What did I just say, y'all? Man,
don't want to bring kids into this world. And I've heard this sentiment a lot. So in surveys across the Western Europe and North America, a sizable minority, 20 to 30% of children under 35 cite climate change or bleak economic futures as a reason for not wanting kids. So a lot of people have a negative feeling about their society, and it's just not the kind of one where people want to have kids. That's also a part of it. I've never been someone who's been like pessimistic about the future, but I can imagine from their perspective, like, why would I don't like the world. Why would I bring kids and make them suffer?
man, another thing is, like, it's so hard to meet people nowadays. Like, people are, you can't trust people. Like, all this LGBTQ stuff going on. Look, I have no problem with gay people. I have none of that stuff. But with everybody acting like they don't know common sense, like what a woman is, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't get it. Like that shit, common sense goes straight out of the window with people's feelings. They feel this, they feel that. You know what I'm saying? So it's with that kind of craziness. I mean, it's hard to feel like it's okay to go out and talk to people or meet people with everybody just, man, come on, man.
I don't even want to be on this planet, to be honest with you.
On what planet do you want to be? Because you said you don't want to be on this planet.
I want to be floating in nothingness because it was better before I was born.
So you want to stay in nuts. All right, cool.
You know what nuts don't do? Ask you to pay taxes. So this is actually an interesting one. This is actually based off geography. But in some countries, having a child outside of marriage is super not well seen. Now we're talking
Outside of marriage. I mean, this, man, what I gotta say is about that is, the truth is, having kids outside of marriage is technically the problem with the birth rate today. To be honest, most kids were accidents. I mean, regardless of what anybody want to say, I don't care what nobody want to say. Most kids are accidents. Now, back in the day, the only thing we had was to go out and meet people, have an experience.
I'll still have sex with you if you want.
You know what? I think I'm gonna pass on the sex if you don't mind.
Experience things. You know what I'm saying? So we would go out, meet somebody, have a good time.
So, do you like weather?
Or whatever, get a connection. Things led to another, and boom, stuff happens. She's pregnant, whatever. Boom, boom, boom. Nowadays, everybody's safe behind their little computers. You know what I'm saying? They meeting on sites, not really having no genuine connection or experiences when they go out and meet people. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are not going out and meeting people or having genuine experiences and then having that moment where things happen. You know what I'm saying?
mostly about very religious countries or very traditional, like some of the Asian countries. Having a child outside of marriage is seen as almost dishonorable or bad. It's a stain on you. The problem is most kids who are born nowadays are born to cohabitation and people who are not married.
Yeah.
That's why in European countries, they still have a much better birth rate than the Asian countries, is because I think it's like, even in North America, the birth rate is like 66% people who are unmarried. Mm-hmm. So either they're single parents or they are cohabitating together. They're never actually getting the actual marriage license.
Right.
Whereas in a place like Japan, it's like 2 or 3%.
Yeah.
So I mean,
it's still frowned upon to have kids out of wedlock.
They just wouldn't even think of doing it, and so they live with these people. They don't get married. They don't necessarily believe in the institution of marriage like they used to. Mm-hmm. But they also not having the kids as a result, because that's where a lot of people are having children. So one part of it is work culture and overwork culture. Now this is not true for everywhere.
Man, all right. For this concept, work culture. Now, hold on, y'all. My cat is over here. Thank you. Say hi. Alright. Now, to me, this now I'm gonna say this, and this is for the ladies. I'm a snake. Don't get mad at me, y'all, but look, y'all cannot sit here and wait to have kids. Y'all want to wait until y'all hit this point in your careers or be financially stable or whatever. Like, this world is rough. Men already know. Like, most people don't hit that stage in their life until they're like 30, 40, 50 years old. By the time you reach that age, you're already done. It's going to be very difficult to have kids, put it that way. Now, my point is that you ladies cannot sit there and try to have this lavish career, get to this lavish point to have kids. I mean, there's a lucky few that get rich or whatever and reach their high peaks at a young freaking age. Y'all got to do this when you're most fertile, most healthy, most. I mean, I don't know. But you get my drift.
But in places in Asia, like Korea and Japan, where you have 60+ hour work weeks, expecting people to also want to raise kids, even when you give them all these tax credits, like, no, I want time for myself. My job is demanding, it's emotionally taxing. Like, work culture in Asia is crazy. So a lot of them people, even though their governments are literally paying them money to have kids, they're saying no, because my job demands way too much out of me. So that's also a factor in some different places. This is especially true for women, but work career punishment. Whether we like it or not, women have found a tremendous amount of fulfillment in working, in having their careers, in chasing their dreams. And I think that's a wonderful thing.
Come on, y'all. Give me my props, cat. Oh, man. Like and subscribe.
The bad downside of that is that you're punished career-wise for taking time off due to pregnancies. And a lot of people don't want to go through that. They really want to invest themselves into their job and reach the echelons that they want to. And oftentimes at the post where they're most fertile, or when it's probably some of the better periods, it's also the places where in their careers they're advancing.
Yes. That's exactly what I'm saying. Is when y'all usually hit that peak to where you getting success and about to reach that peak to where you're financially stable. In the middle of that is where you're ready to have kids. And you can't do that because you're already busy working on your business. I mean,
and having the chance to really invest themselves. But to stop at 28, 29 after you've done a degree for 4 or 5 years and you've just been in the workforce for 4 or 5 years, 4 or 5 years is when you really start to move up. You know what I'm saying? And to take a break from that, pause everything, take a year or two, whatever, and then try to restart in a place where like people don't everything moves.
You're out of the loop.
And even when you come back, you're also now a mom, which means that you don't have the same level of investment in your workplace.
Your drive is different.
Because you have different responsibilities that are going to take you away. And in some places like Japan, they actually push people down like the part-time mommy track because of the fact that they've just come back from child rearing.
Even as a man, because even with in our generation of the people that choose to have kids, the man is much more present.
Yes.
And it's like, for example, one study found that fathers today spend more than triple the amount of time caring for their children as they did in 1965. I'm a father now.
Yeah.
man, look. Men have the X and Y chromosome for a reason. We got to be able to change our approaches to whether we have a daughter or a son. You know what I'm saying? If we have a daughter, we have to be soft and nourishing for our daughters. For our sons, we got to be tough sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Teach them to be strong men as they grow up to be men. Now, with that said, it's already proven that women are not capable of holding it down for both sexes of the kids. I mean, they're not capable of holding it down with the kids by themselves, period. The statistics show it. In jail, most of those people in jail come from a single mother home. It's already there. It's already proven. And the reason why they're better with their fathers, because of the X and Y chromosome. We have both. That's what we're there for.
All that's bullshit you talk. Hey, you know what? I'll see you Monday.
Loss of freedom and lifestyle. So this is another part is where we value different things. We want certain experiences. We want to go to these restaurants here and travel Italy and do all this stuff. And people have these dreams and aspirations. And essentially, building a family for a lot of them means that they'd have to give up or really postpone those things to a much later date that's indefinite. And so a lot of people instead, they want to do all their traveling before. They want to, well, that costs money. That slows down the family starting process and it delays everything. So a lot of people don't want to lose their lifestyle.
I think it's money and kids are not that fun. Oh, kids are not that fun. They ain't that fun.
Why do you think it's money?
Because peep game. First, you're broke. Okay? And then you pass the time where you wish you had the money to have kids. And then you get money later on. And you get that money and you're like, ugh, you know what? Fun. And then you keep on going. And at $400,000, you're like, I did kind of everything.
Even in countries where they've made children accessible and affordable, people still are not having the kids. So they've done stuff like make child care free. Yeah. They've literally given some places women zero income tax if they have kids. Meaning, if you choose not to have kids, it's going to cost you a bunch of money. They said, we'll remove all income tax if you have children. They're still not having the kids. And you realize, like, no matter what the government really does financially, in terms of housing, in terms of daycare, in terms of people are still not having the kids. Because once they get the disposable income, even at
nobody does not want to have kids in this generation. Back in the day, we used to be able to just send our kids out and we wouldn't come back until the street lights came on. It was that safe back in the day. It wasn't really safe, but we knew better. You know what I'm saying? Like, kids nowadays, all in their tablets and everything else, they not paying attention as much. So, shit can happen. We used to be on bikes, running, doing all types of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was so different. So different.
The lower tax brackets, they'd rather still do a lot of the same shit that you described as fun.
People do not put in consideration the cultural aspect as much. They really just put it on the money. And I don't think that it's just the money. I think it's a little part of the money. I think it's not as big. It's not as big as we think. It's a little bit of the money and a lot of the cultural changes. Before, all these people and all the generation before, they were peer pressured by religion, by social life, by the government, by everybody to have kids. That was the thing that you were supposed to do. You felt that you were not complete. Now, I don't feel like it's the same sentiment. We talk back to people like, where your kids? Yo, where's your mama? Don't talk about my mama. Don't talk about my potential kids or not. We're talking back to the people. We're standing up for that. So yes, culturally, it is cultural.
I don't think that if you would have got that money when you wanted kids, you would have had kids. Because I think you think that because you didn't have the kids. But the reality is once you get the money, you start thinking about other things. And you're like, well, I'll put off the kids later because I want to do this trip now because I got the cash. I'll do this now because I want the cash. I think a lot of people who think they going to get the kids because they have the money, they're giving it and they still don't have it.
I really think that if I was 25 and I had the money that I have now, and I was 20, yeah.
I hear a lot of people say exactly what you said, and I believed it too. But then I'm like, well, they made it affordable here. They made it affordable here, and they say no flat out. What do they do with their extra money? They travel. You don't think you want to travel at 25?
Yes, but I was thinking that I'd have time. You know what I mean? And I want to travel with my kids because my parents travel with me. Okay. You understand? So I had that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all would rather do. Like, would you rather have your kids first and then go a lavish vacation experience with your kids, or go on vacation while you young or whatever and then have your kids later? Like, me, I would rather have my kids and be able to experience all those things with my kids. That's just me. Let me know what y'all would do. Let me know.
I have that sentiment and I have those memories, right? When I was traveling with my with my parents, and it was fun, it was dope. Like, my parents were the most pleasant when they were on vacation. So I want to replicate that. So at 25, yeah.
Yes. That's the best moments to be able to be a kid, is when you out on vacation with your kids or having fun with your kids. And you get to be a kid with your kids. And it's just like, man. It's the best feeling in the world.
Yes, I do wanted that because it was not that long ago I was traveling with my family. So I wanted to travel with my ones. But then I was like, nah, I'm not going to have kids. So, yeah.
Yeah. I stopped because at the end of the day, the people who really want to have kids have kids. That's the reality. The people who say they wanted kids at different points didn't really want to have kids. It might have been an urge, but you see it across cultures where folks who want to have kids are going to have them regardless. They'll find a way. That's what I mean when I say the whole urge to have kids for a lot of people is more like temporaneous or something that they go through. But I don't think it's a deep-rooted desire, because I think people's sense of fulfillment and what they really want out of life, the big difference between our generation and previous ones is that we find our fulfillment in other things. And I still think that was true for us at 25. We didn't find fulfillment in the idea of being a parent because our culture was just different. So that's what I'm saying. Folks say, you know what, if I had all this disposable income, I would have put my kids. But I'm like, no, you put it in the shit that would have fulfilled you, which would have been your hobbies, your passions, traveling with your girls, seeing different worlds, all the different stuff. You would have had them kids. You would not have been able to.
See, my thoughts is, if you don't want to have kids and go have that experience with your kids, it's only because you want to go trick off. You want to go drink and have fun and not have nothing to worry about while you know what I'm saying? And just like, nah, I ain't with that. I ain't with the party and shit. I ain't with the past that.
Travel the way that you might want to.
So next time I talk with my parents, it's like the only reason you had me and my sisters because you didn't have internet. Okay, you were bored. That's the only thing you could do. So you want little companions. So you had us.
See, I was thinking, I'm sorry, y'all. Like, people don't understand you're an adult. It don't matter if you have kids or not, you can still do what the hell you want to. If you want to go have a couple drinks, put the kids in the hotel and go tell them, hey, sit your asses down. Your mama ain't in, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And you go have a couple drinks. Just, you got to be more responsible. People just don't want to be responsible. They just want to do their shit with no fucking responsibility at all.
Whatever, I do what I want.
But you didn't really want us. No, but I think they really did. But
I don't think what you said is far off.
I don't think it's far off either. It's a joke, but it's not something much of a joke. It's like that's the only thing that you had to do.
Yeah, that's why we have the whole immigration process. But then people complain because our societies are shifting so much with immigrants coming in, and then they're the only ones really reproducing. So you have this issue now where folks don't want to have kids, don't like the change that not wanting kids brings, but at the same time, you have a society like Japan where 1.5 million people died and only like 600,000 were born.
So what do you do?
That means that in a couple of years, they're only going to have old people and their country's going to collapse.
It's not as much as what we think, that the money is involved. Low percentage.
Like
I would
what?
give it 15 to 10%.
That's impressive.
What do you mean impressive?
Even that's so high to me.
Really?
That's so high to me because, like, let's say money really was stopping so many people.
Yeah.
How come we don't see it fixed anywhere?
Oh, we said fixed after a certain amount of money.
No, but those people, when they get to that level, that's not a level where it's like, oh, I can afford it now. That's just a level where I just want to. And even then, it's not fixed. They only have replacement level, which is 2 kids.
It's like
2 kids is replacement level.
Let me, like, you get to a certain level, you're like, let me buy some expensive shit. I bought a big house.
Yep.
I got a Ferrari. What's the other expensive shit I can get?
That's real.
Kids.
That's real. But they only have 2.
Yes.
So it's like they're not even fixing the problem.
I mean, you can't even drive.
So my question is, where are all these people who get the money and have lots of kids?
It's because kids are not as fun as a Ferrari. You can't drive kids.
And
the kids drive you crazy.
And there's such strong predictors. For example, let's say
bar. What? You could drive a Ferrari. You can't drive your kids, but your kids could drive you crazy. Bar.
You take a couple and they make $300K. Average around 1.8 kids, which is not replacement level, but it's pretty decent. Then you take an Amish couple with the exact same level of income and they have like 6 or 7. It's just cultural.
It's religion.
That's it.
Yeah.
To me, this was a really surprising thing because for the longest time, I just believed it was this, but it just doesn't seem to be the case. And I want to ask you guys, some of you who've managed to make more money, some of you who've had 1 kid but never want one again, even if you make enough money, like, what do y'all think about this?
Yeah, let us know. For the people that have a lot of kids, why didn't you close your legs, ho?
Damn! Oh, it's crazy. Oh, it's crazy. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Damn, preach. And then I get the bad rep. Like, listen,
because they know I'm playing. You are serious when you say you're watching. They know, and I'm adorable.
Crazy. Oh shit! Hey y'all, let me know in the comments. What would y'all rather do? Would you rather have your kids first and then go on trips to have that experience with your kids, or would you rather go on the trip and have your kids later? You know what I'm saying? Do all the fun now and have your kids later. Now you ain't got nothing to experience with the kids because you already experienced it. That's a wrap for this reaction. You already know how we do. Straight facts, no cap. If you vibe with the content, don't forget to smash that like button, hit that subscribe with the bell. This is No Cap Reaction, where the real ones react, raw, real, and unfiltered. Catch y'all in the next one. Stay locked in, stay real, no cap.